Back at you one more again, Realkenztv. In the house like kitchen sinks. What it do, baby? It's the Iceman Paul Wall. Got my mouth looking something like a disco ball. Realkenz is in rare form. And we're about to make it do what it do. Pop up live. I'm going to just start going live on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, I'm going to start going live. That way we don't really have to wait for that many people to enter the building. It's already understood. And what's understood don't mean to be explained, man. Y'all rock with me. Man, it feels good. Feels good to be amongst the peoples, man. I am a people's person. And I do love the people. John Morgan. What up, John Morgan? Are you the John Morgan from Morgan and Morgan? What's going on with you, man? Paul Osby Jr. Big facts. What's good? My dog J-VTV. What's up, JVTV? Got the coldest wrestler in the state of Florida. Trey. What's going on with you, bro? I wish. I know. The sermon was good. TB stays in the building, number 6. Man, y'all double tap the screen for me. I'm trying to get to 1,000 likes tonight. I don't know how. I don't know exactly how it's going to formulate, but I need 1,000 likes tonight. And we almost there. TB number 6, man. Shout out to TB. I call TB or refer to TB as number 6 because he was the number 6 person that ever subscribed to me. He brought that to my attention. Shout out to Terry Brown. Shout out to Arkansas, man. Shout out to Florida. I know JVTV is from Florida. Y'all go check his channel out. J-VTV. He's a family channel, man. You know, beautiful family, man. Wife, daughter, son, and you know they do family things, and man, it's a beautiful channel, man. It's daggone glasses, man. I remember the movie The Django when they were going to they was trying to kill the dentist and what was Jamie Foxx? What was his character's name? Well, it was Django. That was a silly question to ask myself. But they had the hoods on. They couldn't see. I can't see shit out this fucking shit. That's how I feel these glasses. Can't see shit out this fucking shit. Y'all double tap that screen for me, man. I definitely appreciate y'all. We trying to get to 1,000 likes tonight, man. We gonna have a Q&A session. Whatever y'all want to ask me, you can ask me. Just give it a second, you know. Allow some people to enter the building because this is a pop-up live. I don't have any moderators. Hopefully Miss Pat joins because she don't play no games, man. Indonesia. We got Indonesia in the house. Is this real? Is this real? Indonesia? You know, I had 2 best friends, really one, but he had a brother. Indonesia, I can't really pronounce. What was it? EJP-318. So, I want to ask you something. I had 2 partners, and man, they could play the hell out of some basketball, man. I'm talking about at this particular time I was probably like, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old, and the brother that I was closest with, he was my age. His name was Michael, but he had an older brother. They was like a year apart. His name was Yona. Michael and Yona Herajano. Michael and Yona Herajano. Does that sound remotely, I mean, I know they were definitely from Indonesia. They went back to Indonesia. But them dudes were some hellified athletes and could hoop, man. My partners, man. Thank you, John. I definitely appreciate you, man. Y'all double tap that screen, man. I need 1,000 likes tonight. 1,000 likes, man. No problem, JV. You know we got to chop it up. At night I called you. I know it was kind of late, so like you said, you was in the bed. But we definitely got to get on the line, man. My partner, J-VTV. Go check him out, man. John Lawson. John Lawson or John Larson? Okay, John Lawson. What up, man? Love the videos. I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate you chiming in. I appreciate you watching. I had to double take because I thought he said John Larson. I had an attorney one time named John Larson, and some bitch tried to beat me. So I was like, I know this is not John Larson on my live talking about I love your videos. But no, it's John Lawson, man. Yeah, he tried to beat me, man. He charged me $6,500 for a case. Paid him the whole $6,500, right? I'm in jail. My bond is, I've told this story before, my bond is $37,000. It's the third time I've had this judge. I know he hates my guts, man. He hates my guts. He won't lower my bond. He allows everybody else's bond to be lower, but he won't lower my bond. So one day he comes into the courtroom, and I come into the courtroom, and he's like, you know what, Mr. Kens, I'm feeling pretty good today, man. So I'm thinking he's gonna, because my lawyer was trying to get the bond lowered down to $10,000, really less, but $10,000, I could have made that. This dude lowers my bond to $25,000. I'm like, well, shit, you might as well, in my mind, you might as well kept it at $37,000. If I can't make $37,000, what makes you think that I can make $25,000? So I sit in there for about another month, man, and I didn't even know. My mom came and bonded me out. She brought that cashier's check, you heard me? She came down there with a cashier's check and got her boy out of jail, because this was one of the cases to where, I'm not going to say I wasn't guilty, but I wasn't remotely guilty of what they charged me with. Like, it wasn't even close. But nevertheless, John Larson, he seen that my mom had paid this $25,000 bond. So then he tried to charge me like an extra $5,000. Well, it's going to be another $5,000 if we go to trial. I'm like, hold on, John, that's not what you said. You said $6,500 out the door, whether we negotiate a deal or we go to trial. Oh, did I say that? You damn right you said that. So he tried to start ignoring me, wasn't answering my calls or whatever. I'm out of jail, right? After about the third or fourth time I done called him, I left a message on his machine. I said, John, this is real Kens, man. This is Kens. Not real Kens. This is Kens. I done called you 3 or 4 times asking you, whatever, to see you or to talk to you, whatever the case may be. If I got to come down there, it's going to be trouble. Needless to say, we got the situation ironed out. $6,500. I ended up pleading out to, I think, 3 years. I got it all the way down. They was trying to give me forever and a day, throw the key away over some counterfeit. Can you believe it? Over some counterfeit. But nevertheless, man, lesson learned, because there is a message. Them lawyers would definitely try to play you. So if there's any lawyers on the line or on the live tonight or happen to see this video, once it, it's uploaded or whatever, I'm not talking about all lawyers, but them lawyers will play you. So anytime that you have to deal with a lawyer, get it in writing. I implore you to get it in writing, because they definitely will play you. And they find out that you got some more money, or that you potentially have some more money, they're going to try to use you, man. And that wasn't even my money. It was my mom's money. So, make it do what it do. Queen of the dance. What's good? How you doing? August, I don't know what you just said. But if it's a good thing, thank you. He said my wife made these bags. Yeah, he said my wife spent all day making 34 bags for you ungrateful sons of bitches. Criticize. From now on, don't ask me and nine for nothing. And I'm gonna tell you that scene in that movie is so significant, because me and my boo, we was watching the movie one night, right? And I think she pointed it out to me. We love the Django. He was probably the only one that didn't get unalive. Think about it. He got mad and he left. I'm going home. He left, right? Everybody else got murked. That's crazy, man. Criticize. It's my shit, man. You got games on your phone. Man, I'm kind of behind you all, so bear with me. Ant Dog, let's get him on out of here. Yeah, we not gonna play no games. We not gonna play no games with you, Ant Dog. Holla at your boy. Matter of fact, let's get the trolls out of here. You know what's so crazy? I get it though. It's just part of YouTube, so I never take any of these things personal. But like, you really have people that jump on here and they have nothing better to do with their life. They have nothing better to do, but you know what? Let me jump on here and troll somebody. Like, it's crazy. Like, how can a person... Yeah, y'all double tap that like screen. Well, double tap the screen. If not, I'm going to send the enforcer, J-VTV. And this dude is strong. Pause. There's a video, man. Y'all go check his channel out. J-VTV. There's a video to where the guy is power cleaning. How much was that, JV? It's a lot. The guy was power cleaning. When I say power, I'm talking about picking up the weight from the ground to the waist, to the, you know, shoulder area, and then clean above his head and holding it for a second. That's power, man. It was a lot of weight. It was definitely over 200 pounds, man. Yeah, Jay, I remember that video. Terry Brown show up at his house. I bet not. Diddy games. Why do people still continuously talk about Diddy games, man? The guy was found not guilty. He was clearly found not guilty, but had he been found guilty, people would have been saying, oh, well, yeah, the jury found him guilty. They found him not guilty, and they're railroading the man for a bogus charge of the Mann Act. It's not even, it's a charge, but it's bogus as all outdoors, man. Like, you lock a man up for prostitution? For paying for prostitutes? Nobody, I'm not necessarily going to say nobody, but different people are into different things. So if you want to pay to watch someone have sex with your wife or significant other or whatever, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. Don't tell me that you should be facing 20 years in the federal penitentiary just because they came across state lines. Now, if they was within the state, it's cool. But if they step 1 foot over and now they're in a different state, now you're facing 20 years? Come on, man. That's ridiculous. I found your channel because of Jay Williams. I appreciate Jay Williams, man. I appreciate you. And I appreciate Jay Williams, man. You know, Jay, he shows a lot of... he said we're going to do an interview soon, man. You know, he's trying to get his studio together, which I'm sure you all know. But he shows a lot of love, man, and he has a whole lot of influence. So when he says go check out, you know, Realkenztv, since he said that, it hasn't even been a week. And I know I've picked up over 250 subscribers just by him saying go check out Realkenztv. So I salute him. We haven't been on the phone. We text, you know, a little bit. But we haven't been on the phone. It's just one of them things, man. When the timing is right, and that's what I told him. When the time is right, it'll happen, man. Ain't no rush. I'm enjoying the journey. I often hear now, and this is not me tooting my own horn because I'm just a regular dude. I tell you all the time, I ain't shit. I ain't shit. But I often get messages, and it's like, Kens, I don't understand, like, they're holding you back on YouTube. Like, why don't you have at least 100,000 subscribers? Or why don't you have your videos and not getting more views? I don't know. But it's not really my place to try to determine why. Only thing I can do is just grind. Keep bringing you all this heat and this action. And I know that eventually my time will come. As long as you all continue to do your part. When I say do your part, watch the videos. Commenting, liking, and sharing is very, very... It's something that I don't think a lot of people really understand as far as getting your channel out there. Engagement. YouTube looks for engagement. So even if you hate the video, you can say, hey, man, this video sucks. Or if you like the video, hey, Ken's great video. Hit the like button. And, you know, from time to time, share my videos. Once you do that on a regular basis and YouTube sees that engagement, I think that, you know, my numbers will start to go up. But whatever the case may be, I'm going to just continue to grind, man. You know what I mean? Queen of the Dance, Django went from being a barefoot slave to riding a horse with a rifle. Exactly. He definitely did, man. That movie, man, you know, the thing about the Django, let's get this weirdo out of here. Do you? Do you really? You hate. But you know, the thing about the Django is when it first came out, I was in a pen. I was in a pen. And they have what's called late night in penitentiary. So in the penitentiary, what they do is, hold on, I'm trying to get this weirdo out of here, or one of them. But in the penitentiary, what they'll do is they'll play movies like all weekend long. So, you know, a lot of people look forward to, you know, movie night or whatever, or movie weekend. Y'all bear with me. I'm just removing a couple people. See, the haters are definitely out tonight. Apologize for this weirdo. But they'll do maybe 2 movies on Friday night. All day Saturday they'll play movies, and then on Sundays you'll get a movie. And so one of the movies that was playing on Saturday was the Django. So like they'll play maybe 3 new movies on Saturdays, and then the movies will start all over. So we're in the TV room, and the TV room, you know, most people that's in the TV room, they don't have their own personal TV. This particular time, I don't know, I may have had a TV. Sometimes I would just go in the TV room. I can't remember if I had a TV or not. Most of the time I did have a TV, but there were stretches where I didn't. Y'all double tap that screen, man. It takes 0.25 seconds for the like. And so this Django movie was on, and it was like damn near all white guys in the TV room. And they were laughing, and I found myself getting mad. I found myself getting upset because they were laughing, and you know, it was, you know, N-word this and N-word that. And so I walked out, and I never wanted to watch Django. Everybody talked about how good of a movie it was, how funny it was, but I never wanted to watch it. And when I came home some years later, I don't know how I ended up watching it, and I started watching it, and I never stopped, man. Just who is this nigga you feel the need to entertain? Like, the movie is just funny, man. I'm sorry, the shit is funny as hell, man. The Homicide 6'1", Realkenztv salute. How tall are you? I'm guessing 5'11", man. You bet your bottom dollar. The whole world's 5'11", man. Spoon Clemens, East St. Louis, Illinois, checking in, is in the building. Salute to you, bro. I see all your comments. I read them all. I'm definitely thankful. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the cash apps. And by the way, my cash app is $1000 Ken's 1000 $KENZ 1000. I definitely appreciate all the support. Jesse Ray, ATL trucker, checking in. He's another one. Jesse Ray is always in the building, man. I appreciate you, Jesse Ray. Be careful, be safe out there on them mean roads and mean streets, man. I know y'all got loads to drop, big loads. Pause, double pause. Hey, it's August, dude. I ain't even gonna block you, man. That was funny, man. That August, that shit was funny. I ain't even gonna block you, bro. Mr. Trey Dog, What is your favorite song? Mine is Miles on It by King Brown. What? I never even heard of it. I never heard of that, bro. I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm not saying that it's fake. I don't know. I'm just simply saying I never heard of that. Iowa, Amanda Denny is in the building. What's good, Iowa? Let me ask you this, Amanda. Is Iowa like, is it black people in Iowa? I'm assuming that it is. I mean, there's black people everywhere, but I never really met, I think I met one person that was from Iowa, or he had ties to Iowa, and he wasn't like, he was black, but he wasn't like black like me. He was kind of, you know, hey dude, you heard the fucking new Motley Crue? No, I haven't heard the fucking Motley Crue, man. You heard the new motherfucking Snoop Dogg? This was back in the day. Dr. Dre. So he was one of those, you know. I don't got a problem with Motley Crue. I don't got a problem with Def Leppard. I don't got a problem with Bruce Springsteen. This was back in the day, though, where all these groups were popular. You know what I'm saying? But am I going out buying the CD? No. Respectfully. Y'all double tap that screen, man. Lindell Wallace Jr. I was being facetious. Iowa got black people. I know they do. I was just being, you know, facetious. You just never really hear people from, you know, from Iowa. Well, I might have to check it out, Mr. Trey Dog. I never heard of it. But I'm not saying that it's not a good song. I'm just simply saying I never heard of it. This is a Q&A session, but we're not answering weird questions. That's not a weird question, though, by the way. So y'all only ask me, they only in the big city. Okay, Lindell Wallace. Y'all ask me whatever y'all want to ask me. I'm on here. We out here. You know what I'm saying? Been a whole lot going on. Somebody asked me about politics, why I never speak on it, because it's just not the channel for that. I never got into politics. Never have. I don't. May sound, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily want to say it sounds sad to say or whatever, but I'm not into politics like that. It doesn't spark my interest, so, you know. Big J, Drewski. Yeah, I hear that every week. Eddie Gaunt, your wrestling impersonations are spot on, bro. You know, I love wrestling, and when y'all see me pausing, it's just because I'm trying to get these weirdos off of here, man. I love wrestling back in the day. Now, I'm old school. So when I say I'm old school, the trolls are truly out tonight, by God. When I say that I'm old school, I take it all the way back. Now, some people are older than me. So if you're older than me, then, you know. But you got guys like Superstar Billy Dundee, Jerry the King Lawler, Coco Beware, Tojo Yamamoto, Steve Kern and Stan Lane, the fabulous ones, the Moondogs. That's the wrestling that I watched, that I came up watching, because I never had cable coming up as a kid. So, being that I never had cable, I was never really able to watch like WWF and all that back in the day, and NWA. WWF, of course, was Hulk Hogan. NWA was, you know, Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, you know. And so I had to rely on Saturday morning wrestling at about 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, man. And I just always loved wrestling, man, because it's back when wrestling was truly wrestling. See, now I'm not gonna knock it because I'm just not into it. I haven't been into wrestling for so many years. But they used to come down to Rupp Arena, home of the University of Kentucky Wildcats basketball team, and I went to a couple matches down there, man, but it was nothing like wrestling back in the day. So yeah, I appreciate that. At any given time, I'm subject to break out into a wrestling impersonation. You know what I'm saying? Mass Jenkins, now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. I guess you're referencing definitely looking good. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. Okay, now we got some real questions coming in. Really Buns, where and what spots do you want to travel to and visit next? Well, I'm gonna tell you, I got some spots. I got some spots on my bucket list. No particular order, but I definitely want to go to New Orleans. I'm gonna get to New Orleans. I want to go to Boston. Don't ask me why the fuck I want to go to Boston, but I want to go to Boston. I never been to California, man. I never been to California. And I want to travel outside of the country just as well. See, I've been in the prison system as far as probation, parole, or locked up for 20 plus years. 25 years maybe. So I never had an opportunity to really get a passport. So I want to travel outside of the country. Then the next year or so I'll be able to get a passport. You know, God willing. So I want to travel outside of the country. I just want to see different places, different cultures, different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm down to travel. I was just asked to go to Puerto Rico for Christmas. I'm definitely gonna go. I thought you needed a passport to go to Puerto Rico, you know, but you know, evidently you don't. So that's what I want to do. You know, I've been to some places, but just it's been a long time because me and my friends used to travel, but a lot of them, you know, I started getting locked up, and then a lot of them got married, and you know, they got their own situation, families and things like that going on. So I really haven't been you know, traveling the way that I once did. But New Orleans, definitely want to get to New Orleans. Mardi Gras, I want to see if it's what everybody says that it is. Ozzy Osbourne died from a heart attack. Ozzy Osbourne died from a heart attack. I seen that he had passed away, but I didn't know exactly what the situation was, because there was a time where it was the Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, and then Malcolm Jamal Warner from the Cosby Show. So I really didn't know. Lindell Wallace Jr., great spots to hit. Yeah. So I hear, and I'm definitely gonna go, man. I'm at a different point in my life. See, as I mentioned, I've spent like 11 years locked up, and then so many years like having to report to a parole or probation officer, and just, you know, and all of these wounds were self-inflicted. So, you know, I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me, but y'all continue to double tap that screen. I'm trying to get to 1,000 likes. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me or anything like that, because I did it to myself. You know, we all have choices in life. We all have opportunities. Your opportunity may not be mine. Mine may not be yours, but we have to take what we have and make the best of it. You see, I know right now that I can't afford to be getting into any trouble. I'm older. I already lost one parent when I was incarcerated. Several other relatives and grandmothers and grandfathers and friends, like best friends, like just, and so you see people that you grew up loving and caring about, and when you come home, they're no longer there. So when I look at it, I say, okay, I can continue this same ignorant path that I've been on, thinking that I'm somehow miraculously gonna beat the system, or I can just change my ways and go about doing things the right way. And that's just what I choose to do. You know, I don't, you imagine being in prison and they call you up to security. For you all that don't know, they're gonna call you to security. And when you get up there, you're not knowing what you're there for. You think that you're probably there for a drug test or something like that, right up. Until you have a seat in this room, you sitting there waiting and waiting. And they come in and they tell you, I'm sorry to inform you, but your mother has passed away. Fortunately for me, I didn't have to endure that, and I never do want to endure that. But it was my father. Imagine having to hear that in prison. It's hard to hear that when you're not in prison. But in prison, you can't do nothing. In Kentucky, you can't go to no funerals. There's no exceptions. Had a person argue me up and down. Man, yes, you can. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you, bro. You right. You right. But he wasn't right. You can't go to prison. You can't go to funerals when you in a penitentiary. They barely want to let you go when you're in the county jail, depending on what county jail you're in. Imagine that. It was a situation that I spoke on. And visitation day is like a big day in prison, you know? And I'm going to get to y'all's comments. I'm going to get to you. Just, you know, be patient. Visitation in prison is a huge day. You put your best, you know, we don't wear our own clothes in Kentucky. They took our clothes when I first went to prison in 01. First we were allowed to wear whatever we wanted to wear, but they took our clothes. Everybody wears the same thing. You got these black Bob Barker boots, state boots is what they call them, and khaki uniforms. Everything's khaki. Your jacket, your toboggan, everything is khaki. And the situation had occurred to where dude was waiting on a visit. When I say he had his best on, like everything was like, when you have a visitation outfit. Some people have 2 or 3 of them. You got the creases. You got the lines in your shirts. You got the crease going down your pants. And you got a line here and here. And you got a line going down the side of your sleeve or whatever. You clean. Boots, well, you ain't wearing no boots. You wearing your tennis shoes. You can buy tennis shoes in prison, as long as they all white. He's sitting and he's waiting on his visit. And they never called his name for visit. He's asking the officer, "Are you sure the Jones, man?" Officer's checking. No, there's nobody here for Jones. He knew his family wasn't gonna spin him. When I say spin him, Urban Dictionary means mislead him. They weren't gonna lie to him. His family, his mother, father, sister. I want to say 2 kids, and it was like an uncle. It was a bunch of them, 6, 7 people. He's not knowing what's going on. He's going and getting on the phone. He's calling his people to see where they at, seeing, you know, exactly what was going on. He didn't think anything really, I mean, he was concerned, obviously. But see, in prison, you got some real rotten type, bitch-made correctional officers, man. Not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them are cool as a fan, man. They just there to get their paycheck Go home. Y'all double tap your screen, man. I'm in rare form tonight. Visitation is over with at 3, but they shut them down. Really, they start basically telling you, it's like when you at the bar. Okay, last call. You know, if the club closes at 2 o'clock, last call is at 1:30, 1:20. Give people time to get their last drink. Well, they start to shut the visitations down at about 2:50. Okay, you get your hugs in or whatever. They're gonna allow that to go for the next 7-8 minutes. Then visit's over. But at about 2:30, 2:20, they're not allowing anybody else to come in to visit. This dude's name was Paul. Actually, he's mad because he didn't get to see his family. And they were coming in from out of state. They weren't just coming in like, you know, in the same city or the next couple cities over or whatever, 10, 15, 30 minutes later. No, they was coming in from it was like a 4-hour, 5-hour trip. Thing about penitentiary, when you get locked up, when you get locked up in the feds, ain't no telling they gonna send you to Timbuktu. Y'all know what Timbuktu is? I don't either. But just know that it's far than a mother. Well, this is a state case that I'm speaking of. But even with a state case, you may end up on the other side of Kentucky. I'm in Kentucky. When you come to Kentucky, brother, I'm in Kentucky, so there's no telling where you may end up at. You can tell them you want to stay close to home. They know that. But it's about bed space, and it's about locking people up, and it's about money. Locking people up is a business. It's about money. So wherever they got the bed space, I don't care if you 4 hours away from home. Guess what? This is where you going. Y'all rock with me, man. Such a beautiful night. So now you all understand how Paul's family was so far away. He's working, you know, trying to get in good with the people, you know, within integrity. He was a solid dude, man. He wasn't no bootlicker or nothing like that. But, you know, he's staying out of trouble. But his ultimate goal is to get close to home. He don't know what's going on. Visitations is up, over with. Calling and calling. He can't reach anybody. I mean, worry starts to set in. This is not like my family. I can't reach nobody. These are the people that I speak with on a regular basis. I can't reach anybody. He finally drifts off to sleep. Remember, visitation is over with at about 3 o'clock, 2:50, 3 o'clock. Next day comes, he's on the yard. I see him on the yard. I'm in the commissary line. They call him up to the security. Paul Johnson, report to security. Paul Johnson, report to security. That's what you hear on the yard. The loudspeaker or whatever. They give him a little bit of time. They say, Paul Johnson, report to security. Paul Johnson, report to security. Paul Johnson reports to security. Commissary line is long, man. It's long. You might be in the commissary line, depending on if it's state pay. That's the day to where, you know, everybody gets paid. Because you get paid when you're in prison to work these jobs that they make you work. But you don't get regular pay. 40 hours a week, your pay might be $26, $27 a month. But some people don't have anybody to send them anything, so at $27, $28, $30 a month means the world to them. I see the guy walking back from security, and he's probably 20 minutes later after they called him. He's in distraught, like he's in distress. hand over his mouth like this. And he's walking, and there was a rail, because like this prison, you had to walk. Like prison is you can't just walk wherever you want to walk. You can't just walk through the grass where like there are certain areas where the inmates can walk, and he's kind of holding himself up by the rail, and he got his hand over his mouth, and you just see throw up coming out of his mouth like he's throwing up as he's walking. Dude was a light-skinned dude by my complexion, so you know he was turning red. You could see visibly that he was just red and his eyes was pale. He walked right past me. Y'all give me a second, man, because I'm thinking about my family, and you should be thinking about your family, even though you don't know what I'm gonna say. But I think that you know what I'm gonna say. The individuals that was in the van that was coming to visit him, what I say, his mom, his dad, his uncle, his sister, 2 kids. What's that, 6, 7 people? Got into a wreck on the highway coming to visit him. Third time in prison. Not first mistake. Not second, okay, I did it again. Third time in prison. Coming to visit him 4 or 5 hours away. And none of them made it, the exception of one. And I want to say that was the sister. I want you all... Let me put my glasses on, man. And I'm not putting my glasses on to be cool. I want you all to attempt to imagine some of the closest people in your family, your kids, man, your mother, your father, and they're bending over backwards to come and see you for the repeated mistakes, bad choices rather, not mistakes, bad choices, but they never gave up on you. They could have been doing anything else in the world, but they took a day to come and see you on a Saturday or a Sunday. And now they cease to exist. These are the things that we must think of when we're putting ourselves in a predicament in which we can land in prison, because a lot of people will be like, well, I'm the one doing time. It ain't you, it's me. But that couldn't be any more incorrect. Yeah, physically you're doing the time, but your family loves you. And I'm speaking for most people. Most people have people that love them. They want them to do right. They have kids, man. You have mothers, or a mother, most of the time it's mothers of your kids, grandparents, all friends, people want you to do right in life, and you in penitentiary, man. You messing around in prison. Hold on, y'all, let me slide the camera to the side for a second. You know, YouTube does have standards, and I don't want to offend nobody. Well, I don't want to offend you too. And so, when you deal with these sort of scenarios that you place your family your family in, it could be detrimental. Kens, what you got on? We never see what you got on. What? I mean, hold on. I don't know if my camera will. Okay, this is what I'm rocking, man. I got the. This is what I got on. I got the. You see the shirt. I got the. Matching shorts or whatever. And I got on some. Damn, I can't believe I'm doing this, but anything for the people. Y'all want to see what I'm rocking? I got on the white Air Forces. That's what I'm rocking, man. Oftentimes, and I did that because oftentimes, and I know it was a weird time to do it, but oftentimes y'all see me in my Papa John's, and I can get fly when I'm fly outside of work, but most of the time I'm at work. But when you put yourself in that sort of situation, man, and your people in that situation, it's a very, very selfish thing to do. Everybody was gone, man. If you wasn't in prison, guess what? That wouldn't have been the case, man. Very, very, very sad situation. Shout out to Paul, his family. Hopefully, Paul's doing the right thing in life now, because if you don't learn from it, you'll never learn from anything. Jackie Harvard. I'm sorry, I'm just now, getting to some of these messages. Jackie Harvard, Steelers. Steelers will go as far as the defense, which is supposed to be potent. I'm an NFL. I love NFL, although I'm a Cowboys fan. And Aaron Rodgers. If they unleash him, let him be him, I think the Steelers got a chance. If y'all want to try to control him and do the way that you all did with Russell Wilson, and it's not going to pan out for you, man. The Quad Cities. What's the Quad Cities, Amanda? Got to see this beautiful world. Absolutely. Absolutely, and I'm going to do it. Come on, Curtis, with this Donald Trump shit, man. I'm not on it. Curtis love to talk politics, man. Queen of the dance. You should go to NOLA doing the. You know what? I do, and I will. I'm going to the Essence Festival, Mardi Gras, all of that. I appreciate that, Queen of. Are you? Where you at, Queen of the dance? Are you in the NOLA? The NOLA? You hear that NOLA clap? You hear that NOLA clap? Spoon Clemens. New Orleans is the bomb. I was just in Louisiana about a month ago. Panama is great to visit too. Man, I'm gonna get there. See, my ultimate goal is to take this thing on the road. I want my channel to get so large. Like, I want to get to the point to where I can quit my job, and it's coming. It's coming. I thought that I would have been there, but you all can take me there. Like my videos, comment on my videos, and share my videos. You all can help take me there. And I want to get to the point to where I quit my job and I do this on a full-time basis, like Jay Williams just decided to do. And he could have done that a long time ago. That's what lets you know that the dude is really, really a stand-up dude, because it was never about just the money with him. If you are, not to tell the man's business, but he'll tell you that he makes nice money. If y'all knew, Jay could have done this a long time ago. I'm going to just leave it at this, or leave it at that. And I want to get to the point to where this is what I do, but I want to bring the people something. I want to, go to different cities and states and countries and just blog and vlog, or whatever you call it, and just let you all really, really, really into my world, man. What up, honeybee? Honeybee, honeybee. Curtis, I'm ignoring you. My dog Dreams. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Dreams. 392. Bronx in the building. Working this 12-hour shifts, man. Hey, Dream, send me something, man. Shit. $ KENZ 1000. You keep working these 12-hour shifts, man. Driving, damn, what'd you tell me you drive? I forgot what you tell me, but it's something nice. I don't want to put your business out there. Send me something, man. I'm on my back. Shout out to Dream. Shout out to the Bronx, man. You know what I mean? Stop begging for money. Get a job. I tell you what. We're going to get you a hobby. Get you out of here. I ain't begging for no motherfucking money. This is a job. Y'all knew what goes into making these videos. Keep it 100. What's good, Kens? What's good? Keep it 100 is in the building. How you living? Glad to see you on here. Keeping it 100. I was going to say bro, but I don't know if it's bro. I don't want to offend you. I'm assuming it's probably bro, but you know, it may not be bro. So whatever the case may be, man. Keeping it 100 is in the building. You heard me? I'm doing a Q&A. People can ask me whatever they want to ask me. I don't really speak on the politics tip because I don't know nothing about it. So why would I speak about something that I don't know anything about? I don't pay attention to it. I pay attention to it, but I just don't really get into it, man. But I'm going to tell y'all something that I seen that was very, very, very interesting. So you all know and you know, and I get a lot of backlash. I get some backlash. I rock with Fleece Johnson, Hustle Spirit 502, featuring Big Lee and Fleece Johnson. Oh man, how you gonna rock with this guy? First of all, let me explain something to you all about Fleece Johnson that a lot of you all don't know. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of you all are not privy to this information. Born and raised in Kentucky. Been in the prison system since '99. As I already stated. Probation, parole, or locked up. And if I wasn't, I was thinking about doing some shit. Or I was doing some shit and I just didn't get caught. I'm going to keep it real with you. Fleece Johnson's name always floated around the prison system. I was never locked up with him. He's at Eddyville. That's maximum security at the time. Home of death row. Eddyville is actually KSP, Kentucky State Penitentiary, aka Eddyville. And so, what type of watch is that? Realkenztv? Armani. And so, I always knew of Fleece Johnson, but I never personally met him, and that was a great thing. Everybody seen the MSNBC video, famous words that he uttered. If I want you, I'm gonna have it. Somebody say something in the comment section for me and let me know. I don't know if I'm frozen, or I don't know if just be like, what up, Kens? It'll let me know that you all are still able to, you know, comment or whatever. Sometimes it freezes up. You all can see the video, but the comments freeze up. It happened to me last week. Somebody, anybody, just be like, what up, Kens? And let me know. If not, then I guess the comments froze up. But Fleece, when he said these things, it had the whole world thinking that, man, this dude is the ultimate booty bandit. And that's understandable. That's very, very understandable because, I mean, you said it, Fleece. If this is what you said, how can an individual be like, nah, man, this dude ain't no booty bandit? Kicked him out of prison. Once they kicked him out of prison, he never thought that he was going home ever again in life. He don't have no plans. He don't have no family. He has family. So listen, you all. I think that my chat is frozen because Keep It 100 left the last message. Said, what's good, Kens? I asked somebody to just be like, what's up? That way I know that, you know, I'm able to respond to your chats. But I think my chats may be frozen. Let me try to refresh the screen. You did. Oh, that's not refresh. But if not, y'all can just sit here and listen to me. Respectfully. So they throw Fleece out of prison. He cusses the parole board out and everything. They don't care nothing about that. They know he don't want to leave, so they give him parole anyway. He goes. He don't got no family. He don't got no, not, you know, his parents have passed away. He got siblings, but they not really rocking with him. Goes to a halfway house. And it's hard for him to really keep a job because everybody's the booty warrior, the booty warrior. Everybody done seen that, you know, they done seen him say it. And a few years ago, if y'all had came through, I probably grabbed your booty. That's how everybody's looking at him. Understandably. There's an individual named Big Lee. Louisville, Kentucky, 502. Shout out to the 502. He ended up taking an interest in Fleece, and not in that way, not no funniness or nothing like that, but he took an interest because here it was a man that was on the verge of probably just giving up, doing something crazy and just going back to prison. After all, he did 40 years in the penitentiary. 40. Somebody say something in the comment section. I'm gonna see if I'm back on yet. I'm gonna see if I'm back on yet. I think my comments are froze, so I'm not ignoring anybody. 40 years in the paint, man. You know, when God freed the slaves from Egypt, man, they did 40 years in the wilderness before they were actually free. Fleece Johnson, 40 years, went in with a 10-year sentence and did 40. See, 10 in Kentucky is not 10. So out of that 10-year sentence, he probably would have done about 6.5. Back then, about 6.5, 7. At most, came home. He did 40. Matter of fact, when he did his time, stayed home after however long, man, get on back. Send me back, man. I can't cope out here, man. I'm not with this going to check in the parole officers, and send me on back to the pen. Send him back to the pen. Did another year, look, bit over a year, and he came home. Like I said, he ran across Big Lee. Big Lee ran across him. They knew some mutual people. Big Lee did his own work, made sure that Fleece wasn't a rapist like everybody was saying, got his prison reports, everything that ever happened when he was in prison. And come to find out, they used Fleece. Fleece will tell you he was in there doing inappropriate things, but Fleece has always maintained that I never raped anybody. I never just took it. The things that I did with other individuals, which I deeply regret, they were requested. People, you know, they wanted it. This channel starts to blow up. People are more interested in seeing what he has. And when I say his channel, Hustle Spirit 502, Fleece Johnson, Big Lee. They developed this channel because Big Lee trusted what he heard. I've talked to several people, several. I'm from Kentucky. Bugs flying around. So you see me doing this, man, I ain't on no dope fiend shit. Dope. No, I ain't none of that. It's bugs flying around. I never heard anybody say Fleece Johnson lies. I never heard anybody say Fleece Johnson raped anybody. Never heard anybody say Fleece Johnson exaggerated. Fleece Johnson was who Fleece Johnson says that he was. And he was that man. When I say that he was that man that you just didn't want to fool with. I think that it bothers him. It bothers him to the point of where he knows that he's a good person. He knows that I made some awful mistakes, man. They sent me to the penitentiary at the young age of 15 years old. I didn't get out until I was 55. Now here it is, a man in his mid-60s, knocking on the door of 70. And he's just now able to do a lot of the things that we did 40 and 50 years ago. Maybe not 50 years ago, but you know, 30 and 40 years ago. was watching this video, and I want to say it was his most recent video, and Fleece had a bag. No one has an extra bag. Yeah, one of those bags. He had a bag, a trash bag. Big Lee's interviewing him, and he, Fleece Johnson's gonna eat his first. Damn, I forgot what it's called. That's pitiful. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot what it's called. Is it seafood? Seafood boil? I don't really eat seafood like that. I think it was a seafood boil. See, this is why my comments, this is messing me up, man, because somebody could chime in and be like, yeah, Ken, seafood boil. Put some gloves on. Big Lee told me, man, you ain't even got to talk. Put your gloves on and go to work. Big old trash bag. Put his gloves on. Grabs a bag, dives into the bag. Fleece ain't never had a seafood boil. Been locked up 40 years of the let's just say 65, and longer than that, because if you add his juvenile time in, Fleece probably been locked up. Out of 65 years on this earth, and like I said, just roughly, I'm not saying that that's his exact age. Fleece probably been locked up for 50 of the 65 years. I'll keep double tapping that screen. I appreciate you. My chat's messed up. I don't know. I can't see any more chats. My last chat says, keep it 100. What's good, kids? If anybody knows what to do for me to restore my chat, y'all hit me up. 859-697-7676. 859-697-7676. Just shoot me a text, because I want to be able to read you all's texts, or chats rather, but I can't. He's eating the corn. Potatoes. Crab legs. And whatever else comes in seafood boils. And I'm looking at him and I'm smiling. I'm not laughing at him, but I'm smiling, meaning that I'm happy for him. This dude is living life, man. He's not rich, he's not anything of the sorts. But he's finally able to live life, man. He's finally able to enjoy some of the things that he desires to enjoy. A lot of these things he never thought was possible when he was in prison, thinking, I'm in here and I'm just never going nowhere, so I'm going to be this way. I don't condone his behavior. He knows, Big Lee knows, I don't condone his behavior. But the whole he was taking it in prison, I just don't. According to the documents, that's not what the case was. And it almost brought a tear to my eye to see how much he was enjoying eating that food. But it's one, I guess, discrepancy. He doesn't have any teeth. And I'm not saying this in a funny way, or, y'all double tap that screen and y'all not gonna have no teeth. Double tap the screen. I'm trying to get to 1,000 likes. They took his teeth because Fleece was known, he was such a warrior in prison. He wasn't taking no L's, man. Any means necessary. He bit a person's lip off. It's documented. bit a person's nose off is documented. He would continuously bite people in prison, man, and when he got into it with a person. Just imagine, 15-year-old kid that probably came in scared to death. At this point, he's 35-year-old grown man, maximum security penitentiary, home of death row. Gave this man 23 years in the hole, in which he did 12 years straight in the hole. No visits, no commissary, no TV, no family support, no letters. Every once in a while, he'd get the privilege of speaking with his mother, then she unfortunately passed away. How would you feel? See, we all want to talk about what we would have done, what I would have done this, or he didn't have to do this and he didn't have to do that. But how would you feel? 15 years old, they send you to a penitentiary. I don't even know how the fuck that's legal. But these weak-ass prosecutors do whatever they want to do, man. Y'all rock with me, man. And I'm so good. Man, I'm so mad I can't see the chats. But real is real. And we're going to keep it real. You fake, then you phony. I would imagine that his heart grew, well, he said it. But in my own interpretation, I would imagine that his heart just grew cold. Cold. You in prison, man, people are quick to tell you, well, you did it to yourself, and you did, we did. But everything that we do, every sin that we commit, everything that we do that's not the right thing to do, or that's not just in this life, we do to ourselves. Fleece said that he said what he said to try to help the kids. They promised him some things, so he tried to make it look good. Okay, grab your butt. I'm gonna take you. If I want you, I'm gonna have you. But it was all for TV. But guess what? Everybody profited. MSNBC, Eddyville, prison, motherfucking Boondocks. Everybody profited, but Fleece didn't get a dime. Probably signed something he didn't know that he was signing. And they made this man out to be more than what it was. Do I think Fleece was in there? Yeah. Please don't get it misconstrued. I think Fleece was in there doing some inappropriate things. I think that he used his influence at times. When he said we can do it the easy way, the hard way, I somewhat believe that. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, Fleece. But the things that they were saying he was doing, everything, I don't believe that. And I watched this man sit there and just be, when he was eating the food, y'all go back and check it out. Hustle Spirit 502. Fleece Johnson, Big Lee. Check it out if you haven't already seen it. And he's eating this seafood boil, and he's just so happy and content, and damn, it brought tears to my eyes, man. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does things that they shouldn't do. And it says in the Bible, one sin is not greater than the next. Who are you? You cheat on your wife every fucking week. But because you haven't been caught, you want to talk about this man that does this? And vice versa. You cheat on your husband every week, and we all do things that are sinful and that we're not supposed to do. I don't care who you are. To think about another woman and you're married is lust. Yeah, but I didn't freaking go rob a bank. That's not the point. The point is we all do things that we're not supposed to do, man. I might rock out for a minute, man. My comments ain't working, so I can't really respond to you all's questions or anything. So if you're working at third shift, or about to be working third shift, it seems later than what it really is, but it's not. My time here is 10 o'clock p.m. 10:03 to be exact, p.m. Right now it's 10:03 p.m. I might rock out for a minute, man. For the people that are working right now, 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, you on the road, dropping them big loads, truck drivers, healthcare, working in them hospitals, Ubering, DoorDashing, working in factory lines. You got to keep up the pace, keep up the speed. Get your earbuds in your ear. Might not even supposed to, but you got one in your ear. You need something to help you get over that hump, to get you motivated, to continue to go on, because really you want to be like, man, fuck this shit. I do this for you all. I do it for the people. I promise you I do it for the people. It wouldn't be too difficult for me to just all day long make 10, 12, 13, 14-minute videos all day long. All day long, just talking about, what's going on in the world. Hip-hop, politics, entertainment, crime. And I'm going to start mixing some of those videos in. I'm not even going to hold you. But my real I don't necessarily want to call it obsession, but my real love at heart is telling stories, man, because I want to motivate people. Y'all don't even understand. When I put my Cash App up sometimes, $KENZ1000, $KENZ1000, I'll never call anybody out, and but y'all don't even understand, because I give my phone number out. How many people hit me up and are having hard times, haven't eaten that day, haven't been able to do this, do that. Kids, if you could just send me something. And I'm not tooting my own horn, I send it. But the reason that I'm mentioning this story is that, or this situation, because you all send to me. So who do I look like benefiting, but then I don't extend my hand? I'm not rich. I'm not a big YouTuber. YouTubers gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I'm not a big YouTuber. If I ain't got 100,000 subscribers, I'm not really. Once you see an individual that's making over 100,000, well, that has over 100,000 subscribers, and they're posting on a regular basis, they're making nice money. When I say nice money, I'm talking about $20K a month or better. If not 20K, it's close to it. I know y'all gonna get mad at me, but hey, that's just what it is. Realkenztv. I'm gonna keep it real. You see a YouTuber, they got over 100,000 subscribers, and they post on a regular basis, they're making over 20 G's a month, man. Or close to 20,000 a month, man. Every month, that money is deposited into your account. I'm making nowhere near that. But it's my duty. If you need me and I'm able to help, now this don't mean flooding my phone or my inbox. I can't, I'm only one person. I'm only one person, but I am for the people. So I would implore a lot of you all that if you have a story, if you have some things that have happened to you, or just some things that you want to get off your chest, start your YouTube channel. Don't do it for the money, though. Because when you first start YouTube, you don't make no money. I didn't even know nothing about making money when I started YouTube. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. And you have to have at least 4,000 watch time hours. Not minutes. Minutes is 60 minutes. Well, minutes is 1 minute. Hours. You have to have at least 4,000 hours. That's 4,000 times 60 before you can qualify to get into the monetization program. Once you get into the monetization program, and I'm checking my screen, y'all, because people are texting me. Yeah, people helping me out, trying to figure out like what's going on with the, like I've gotten a bunch of messages. Appreciate that, James. Appreciate that, TB, number 6. But we just gonna go on and rock out with it, man. Y'all just kick back, put your feet up. You know what I mean? Once you get to the point to where you're monetized, you have to cross a threshold in which you make at least $100 for YouTube to send you a check. For instance, this is August. Say you make $70 in August based on your views. You already got the 1,000 subscribers, but based on your views and your time watched, you don't meet the criteria as far as $100, so you're not gonna get a check. But the next month, you already got 70, right? This is a neat thing about YouTube. You already got 70. Next month you make 80. Even though you didn't make 100 that month, they'll go back and add the 80 that you made that month on top of the 70 that you made the previous month for $150, and they'll send you a YouTube check, or they'll put it in your account. If you have a story to tell, you have a personality, if you just want to, YouTube could be very, very, very lucrative. Very. I personally know people. I'm not gonna say no names because it's not my business, and I'm not about to tell anybody's business. But what I do know is that I personally know people that on a low end is making 60, 70, 80, 100,000 a month on YouTube. Dropping videos, dropping this knowledge, entertainment. That's why people make up stories. Make up stories because if I'm getting all of these views, I'm afforded this lifestyle based upon these stories that I'm dropping. I can't stop now. Can't stop, won't stop. So I got to keep it up. And that's why you see a lot of people making up stories, because the money gets crazy. And I don't know, because I haven't reached that point yet. I know y'all mad. I ain't mean to offend nobody, but I got to keep it real. Y'all rock with me. Hate the fact that I can't do my Q&As because I really, really wanted to talk about some of the things that you all wanted to talk about. You know, I told a story, was it yesterday's video? And I'm going to do a video. When I jump off this live, right? I don't know how many night owls we got out here. But I'm going to do a story when I get off here. It's going to upload in the wee hours of the morning. So if you're up, check it out. If not, check it out first thing in the morning. But I did a story, and it was talking about how you got a mother two sons, been drinking last couple of hours together before they get home. They all live in the same house. Mother's 45, oldest son's 27, youngest son is 19. Been drinking. Youngest son passes out. They're in the living room on the couch. Typically, you don't eat on camera, but I'm hungry. Broccoli and cheese, chicken and potatoes casserole. My boo made it for me. She made sure I eat. Well, she didn't even know I was coming over, but nevertheless, I got some. Young man dozes off for about an hour. He wakes up to some noises. You know that sound that you get when you first waking up, or that feeling rather. First waking up, you've been drinking, head spinning. I'm not gonna retell the story. Y'all go back and watch the video if you haven't seen it. Woke up. Brother was on top of his mother, man. Pumping and sweating. They was doing the most, man. Having big fun. Having relations. Freaks out. He lays there for a while. He don't know what to do. He's trying to pinch himself, make sure he realizes it's real. Jumps up. Runs to the neighbor's house. Calls the police. You know, white people, man. I love white people, but, you know, call a spade a spade. White people always want to call police. First thing they think about. I ain't talking about the street dudes and thugs, but I'm talking about like just the regular. I always want to call the police. Prime example. I'm in the store today, get my lottery tickets. I don't buy a lottery every day, but I hit on the pick 4 the other day. Nothing major. I might spend $10. Nothing major. And it's not every day. Hit on the pick 4. Wasn't nothing but $200. But I take it. I'm trying to tell the woman she don't know what she's doing at the machine. I'm trying to tell her, but really I'm not even saying nothing at first. But she's asking me questions, so therefore I'm trying to tell her when she asks me the question. She's telling me to calm down. I'm like, ma'am, I'm talking to her the way that I'm talking to you. I'm calm. I'm just trying to tell you what I seen that she didn't know what to do. She was like, well, technically, I don't even have to be doing this for you. That's when it rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, ma'am, what do you mean? I mean, you're at the store. I'm a customer. I come here almost every day. Well, technically, you're supposed to go fill out a lottery slip. I said, so you mad because you don't know how to do it? I said, I come here every day and I never have to fill out a lottery slip. So you mad because you don't know what you're doing on the lottery machine. I said, I'll tell you what, man. Is there any way you can get me the other girl? Now, the other girl was the one that typically, you know, gets my tickets when I come in there. Not all the time, but she gets my ticket a lot of the times. I look up, she's talking to the manager. The manager, well, do we have a problem, sir? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, we don't have a problem. Well, she said that you got rude. I did not get rude. If anything, she got rude because, to be totally honest, and I didn't say this, when I first approached her, I was like, yeah, I need to buy a lottery. Okay, lottery what? Do you need Powerball? Do you need midday? Do you need evening? Pick 3, pick 4? You know, this is the way she approached me. But don't let it stress you. You gotta rock with me. We're gonna rock out, man. I don't want to get you in no trouble. I don't want to do you nothing. I don't want to do you no harm. Makes it like I was the one that was aggressive in making it. I was like, ma'am, I didn't even say nothing. I'm not, I just want to get my tickets. And the manager was like, well, technically, they're not supposed to be punching it in, and you got to go fill out your slip at the, no problem, I'll go fill out my slip, no problem. But see, it's a prime example of how y'all gonna be mad at me. I know y'all gonna be mad at me. But I got to keep it real, man. Some, not all, but some white people, man, y'all just a little overbearing, man. And so are we. Trust me, we are way overbearing. So let's get it, let's even out the playing field. Let's even out the playing field. Black people, I love white people. Love black people. White people pay you on time. They're like, come on in. My guy, get you a shot. Come on in. I love people in general. But the one thing that I don't love about white people is that, and this is not all, but some, they understand the privilege. They understand that I'll just call the police. I'll just report you to, and you haven't even done anything. You talk crazy to me. Perfect example. Terrell Owens. Hall of Famer. In his neighborhood. Pulls up to his mailbox. Lady doesn't recognize him. Says that he was driving too fast. White lady. Karen. Ma'am, I'm sorry. I wasn't meaning to. Everything was on video. Somebody was recording it. Thank goodness for Terrell. She's talking dog crazy to him. Everything is, ma'am, I'm sorry. So he gets to the point, and he don't even talk crazy to her, but he gets to the point where he was like, well, hold on, ma'am. You're not getting ready. I'll call the police. And she calls the cops and makes it seem like this guy had a bomb attached to him or something. He's going to blow up the world. Not the neighborhood, not the street, the world, Craig. And if it wasn't for that video, T.O. probably would have went to jail. This is what it is, man. People get mad at me all the time. I don't care, because that's just what it is. Again, I'm not saying all white people. I love white people. Come on, buddy. I go to Applebee's, man, after I get off work and go watch the game. I'm at the bar. I don't know these people. What are you drinking? Come on, but you have some that really, really go above and beyond and let you know who they really are. On the flip side, black people, man. I love my black people. But you motherfuckers crying and shit all the time, man. Everything ain't racism. It's probably one of the realest videos I've ever made. Everything ain't racism, man. Because a motherfucker don't agree with you, now they racist. Nah. Motherfucker got a problem with you because you fucking screaming and hollering and being obnoxious and shit. But you want to claim racism. You're wrong. Because you're corrected, you want to scream racism. I don't understand why people just can't be people. You know, me and my ex, and I don't want to, we were cool. She got a problem with me. I don't got a problem with her. But it's all good. But we would often bump heads because, for one, y'all ain't double tapping the screen and I ain't getting no more likes. I need 1,000 likes and I'm nowhere near 1,000. But she would often tell me if her kids that I didn't, they weren't our kids, they were her kids. If one of her kids came in and they had a Caucasian, girl or man or whatever, she wouldn't support that, and we would get into it, because I'm like, man, listen, it doesn't matter. If your kid is happy, they're happy. But she went on to, she was into some deeper, as soon as something happens, they're gonna call you a nigger, and that does happen. It does. As soon as something happens, they're gonna file reports. But I used to also be like, well, black women don't do that shit. Black men don't do that shit. But in this particular case, we're talking about women. Black women don't do that shit. File false shit. So it's not about. I understand what she's saying. It only adds more. It's already a complicated situation. This ain't the 50s and 60s no more. But I get it though. I get it. Because basically what she's saying, as soon as a white woman screams that you did something, the people gonna believe her. And typically, it's true. But now it's gotten to the point to where any woman screams something, the people are gonna believe. Motherfucking shit happened 60 years ago. I'm in emotional distraught. Well, ma'am, why didn't you report this 60 years ago? I was afraid. Black woman, I was afraid. I need 268 million. They send a black man to jail, penitentiary. Real shit. You got individuals, R. Kelly, man. R. Kelly was doing some foul shit. Young girls. Come on, man. R. Kelly shouldn't have all this time that he got, man. Fuck that. I said it. I'm going to say what they won't say. Fuck that. Free R. Kelly. Fuck him. Free R. Kelly. Fuck him. They free R. Kelly tonight, and he have a concert a week from now. 100,000 seat venue is going to be sold out that bitch. Not saying that R. Kelly wasn't guilty of anything, but what I am saying is, them feds, man. See, a lot of you all are not familiar with how they work. These motherfuckers make up laws as they go, man. They literally make up shit as they go. You got R. Kelly, man, and you got these parents of these kids that's condoning their kids being there, but when he don't give them no more money, now he's kidnapped the kids. Come on, man. There's no way that R. Kelly should fucking be. Did they prosecute Elvis? Ain't nothing but a hound dog. Did they prosecute Elvis that was knocking out 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds? Nah, he's a hero. But they went after Michael Jackson. They went after Bill Cosby. Got R. Kelly. Got Bill Cosby. P. Diddy. Fucking sent Michael Vick to prison for dog fighting. Something that he's seen his entire life growing up. It's not right to fight dogs. No. Ruin this whole man's career. Hall of Fame, potential Hall of Fame career. Cut his NFL career short. Lost hundreds of millions of dollars. But they allow these motherfuckers to go out here and kill deer. As long as it's deer season, you can kill a deer, by God. You can kill rabbits. But when the black man is dog fighting some shit that was... See, a lot of people don't understand culture. It's culture. You come up in a world totally opposite of what this individual came up in. You come up in a world where your daddy's a doctor, your mother's a lawyer, or vice versa, or an accountant, or a stay-home mom, but the dad makes so much money. You got 4, 5, 6 brothers and siblings or whatever, so you don't have to really understand what it's like to grow up poor in the ghetto, in the hood. You don't understand that. You think that you understand, but you don't. You don't understand. Put my glasses back on, man. Put my glasses back on, man. Some of you all don't understand what it's like to live in subsidized housing. Wintertime. February the 8th. Depending on where you at. Let's just say it's 3 degrees outside. You got 5 siblings. You the oldest. The mother got 4 different, baby's daddies or whatever. It's not your fault. She's on drugs, or she don't have a job, or she's doing whatever she can do to make ends meet. And ain't no electric in the house. Ain't no heat in the house. But it's gas, so you turn on the stove and you heat up the whole house. See, we don't even understand that that's a fire hazard. It's like carbon, monoxide. Like, we can really, really be unalive for that. But a lot of people don't understand it because y'all haven't been through that. And I'm only speaking of the individuals that have been through that. But then you look at the individual that's been through that and be like, looking at that person sideways, man. You don't know unless you know. Well, I had a hard time, man. I went to Harvard, and I went to Princeton. I went to Yale. I went to, this Ivy League school. I went to Vanderbilt, and I went to the University of this, and my parents, they were only able to send me $100 a week. But I made that $100 stretch, and man, get the fuck out of here, man. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, man. I understand that we're all born, you take the hand that you're dealt and you make the best of it. I get it. But we're not all born equal. We're not all born with the same opportunity. We're not. Just not. Take a motherfucker like LeBron James. He's 6'9", man, in high school. 6'8", 6'9" in high school. So I have the same opportunity at 5'11". Really at 5'11" I do, but all seriousness, at 5'8", 5'9", I got the same opportunity as LeBron James at 6'8", 6'9" in high school. Well, if you work hard enough, no. We're not all born with the same opportunities. I do agree that you take your opportunities and you make the best of it. Life is a trip, man. Life will trip you out. Do the best that you can do. Figure out something that you love. That's what I would recommend to anybody. People call me all the time. Kens, man, I'm trying. I'm figure out something that you love to do. Like this YouTube shit. I do it for free. I did it for free initially for a whole year. I did it for free. Literally. I didn't get my first YouTube check until it was nearly a year before I got my first check, and it was like $116, which is basically for free. Do what you love to do because you love to do it, and be willing to do it for free. If you're doing it for the money, I'm not gonna say that it'll never work, but I don't believe that it will last. It will sustain. I love getting on here talking to y'all. Another YouTube secret: when I get on here and tell stories, and I don't make no money off doing lives, man. That's why I don't make money off doing lives unless I get super thanks and super chats and cash apps or whatever. I don't make no money doing no live. I'm better off doing a regular video. Me personally. Now you got the bigger YouTubes, they go live. Once again, I'm gonna give y'all some game that a lot of people probably won't want me to tell. They go live, right? You got a big channel, 150, 200, 300,000. Well, it's best to go live because anytime you go live, people are gonna send you money. They're gonna send you super chats, super thanks, and it's cool. You all should, if that's what you choose to do, because this person is giving you information that A lot of times you'd have to pay a lot of money to get, and they're entertaining you, and they're, so I'm not saying it like that, but what I am saying is, after the live is completed, then it uploads into a regular video. So all the people that missed the live, they're able to go back and watch the regular video. And then some of the people that was on the live, they'll go back and watch the regular video just as well. Or the live that you did, rather. And so they make a ton of money. You got Kwame Brown, man. Ex-NBA players, #1 pick, Washington Wizards by Michael Jordan. This dude was making so much money, he goes live all day. From the time he gets up in the morning at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning until the time he goes to sleep at night. He's live. Now, not literally every waning moment, but a lot of it. A lot of people that don't understand why he going live all the time. He ain't got no life. Nah, people's donating to the channel. Then once he completes one live, that's turned into an upload. So all the people that watch the live, he's getting paid off of. Then when it turns into an upload, he's getting paid off of. Kwame Brown was easily making, I don't know what the man was making, but if I had to guess, allegedly, and this is just, man, a couple $100,000 a month on YouTube. Easily. But now his channel's been suspended. He don't know if he's going to get it back, but his channel has been suspended. That's why I don't talk crap about people. That's why I don't talk bad about people. Because once a person strikes your channel so many times, all that money you making can go away just like that. So you have people that never curse on YouTube, that never do anything to compromise their brand because they're making so much money. They ain't trying to, you know, and I don't blame them. If I'm making $200,000 a month, you think I'm trying to mess that up? Nah, I'm not trying to. I'm not. I'm cool. I'm content, man. I love speaking with y'all. It breaks my heart that I can't respond to the comments, trolls, but it breaks my heart that I can't respond to the real ones that really, really follow me, man. And I don't know, because this is the second week in a row this has done this. I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good internet spot, so I don't know what the issue is. So now I have to think about things off the top of my head that I may want to speak on. Things off the top of my head that you all may want to hear about. Because I don't have the luxury of reading you all's questions. I got people texting me left and right. Try this, try that. I'm trying it, but it's not. I've refreshed my screen. All of that is just not. I don't know what the issue is. But no more one monkey stop the show. We're going to keep going. Another video I made this week, and I received a little bit of backlash. Lil Boosie, rapper Lil Boosie. If you're not familiar, Google Lil Boosie. He's about to go to federal penitentiary within the next, few months. He gets online crying. My thing is this. Nobody wants to go to prison. It can be it is devastating. Y'all double tap the screen to make sure that you all hear me. And so that I know that you all are hearing me. Double tap the screen. I want to see my likes go up. Thank you. I seen it. Okay, so I tell you what, since that was that easy, somebody send me $100 on Super Chat, Super Thanks, and that way I know that y'all really, really hear me. Somebody send me $100 on a Super Chat or a Super Thanks, and I know that you really, really hear me. Does that sound fair? But in all seriousness, for years, Lil Boosie has jumped online. Thank you all for double tapping that screen. I see the likes going up. For years, Lil Boosie has jumped online talking about he's this, he's that, he's a gangster, But now that it hits the fan and you got to go do gangster time, which ain't nothing, a couple years. You can handle it. And you online crying. Like literally, when I say crying, I'm talking about literally tears. I didn't respect that. Come on, Kens, you been a little bit, I rock with you, Kens, but you been a little bit non-sensitive. Why? I had to do it. You would have to do it. Some of y'all have done it. You can't have a gun as a convicted felon, man. That's just what the rules are. In Lil Boosie's case, bro, you got millions of dollars, man. You got security. But you want to have your partners from the neighborhood rocking with you? No. Hire you some real security like 50 Cent does. And that way you don't have to worry about anything of the sorts. But you want to be in a video shoot in California, in San Diego, place where the gun laws is damn near like New York, as far as if you get caught with one, you got the gun in your back, on your back, with your shirt up, not covering it up. Now you mad at everybody else but yourself for doing the dumbass, decision and choice that you made to have a gun when you didn't have to have one. But kids, you can't protect yourself the way that I get it. Nobody else rather can protect themselves the way, nobody else can protect you the way that you'll protect yourself. I get it. But then when you get caught up, man, you just got to deal with the consequences, man. You on camera talking about, man, that ain't my gun, that's your gun. That's rat shit, man. It is. It really is. I'm not calling Lil Boosie a rat, but see, a lot of these dudes, they claim that they so street and they've done this, and they're not. Why? Because they don't know how to zip it. You don't talk to the police. You don't give no statements. You don't nothing. I don't care if they catch you with 10 kilos. Nothing. You don't say nothing. I got money for bond. I got money for an attorney. These people ain't on my side. You don't say nothing. But they look at me and say, "Oh, Kens, you was just a white collar. You was just a counterfeiter. You right. I ain't gonna shoot nothing, let nothing die. You absolutely right." I had a person tell me outright, "Man, nigga, you was in jail for some checks and some counterfeit. You ain't no gangster." You right, I ain't no gangster. But guess what? I didn't talk. I've been hit with 3 straight RICOs, or 3 state RICOs, which I was facing 20 to life, and I'm at the top of the food chain. I'm the one that they want. I ain't no gangster, but I know to say I need an attorney. But because you was dealing with this dude and he was telling you he was getting all this money in the streets, and he had this and he had that, and he got his car on 26s, and he rose with Glocks and switches, and the motherfucker gets locked up and can't make a $7,500 bond on his own. He got to call 10 motherfuckers to make $7,500, but he's a gangster. He's a street nigga. Y'all rock with me. The game is misconstrued. The game is messed up. See, they'll look down upon you because you're doing things that are different from what they're doing. I don't care if you selling dope in the streets. What does that mean? You finding individuals that like to get high. You have a nice, connect on individuals that like to get high. So, but that don't make you no better hustler than me. Just my hustle is not that, because that's just not my hustle. I'd rather do this over here. We all gonna end up in the same place, penitentiary. But you look down on me because you don't understand my hustle. See, my hustle is, I don't get 20s and 40s and 60s and let them, nah, my licks come 10, 15, 20,000 at a time. Quick. Back when I was doing what I was doing, which I don't recommend doing. See, for you to get that type of money, it's gonna take you forever, not me. Not me. So I figured out a way to get that money. But at the end of the day, it cost me 11 years of my life. More than that. With 11 years. So none of it is a good thing to do. I would, if I could talk to Lil Boosie, first of all, I wouldn't say nothing to him if he was right beside me. But if he asked me my opinion, bro, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Now, if you want to go on Vlad TV, go on Vlad. Everybody calls Vlad TV a rat. Vlad's not a rat. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. If you dumb enough to get on there and talk about your case, it's on your dumb ass. You can already discuss before you even go on the show. Hey, bro, don't ask me this. I'm not going to answer this. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Don't ask me this because I'm not going to answer this. But nah, you got an individual like Lil Boosie. He has to stay relevant. His music, he got old music. Ain't nobody checking for that new shit. You know, they want that old music. Wipe me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want that old Lil Boosie. So he'll always be able to tour, but he's always going to have to go to dangerous spots, clubs, and he's going to need a blicky on him. He ain't doing gardens and arenas like Lil Wayne, and very few people are. So I'm not knocking him, because he can always generate some money from his name and his older songs. But you're in your 40s, bro. Like, at some point, you have to hang it up. You put yourself in a situation, and you got to go away for a couple years. Maybe not that long, maybe a year and a half, but you gonna have to sit down for a minute. All this old F the police and prosecutors and they're gonna play all that when you go to sentencing, you know, in court. They're gonna play all of these things. It's sad. Some of us don't know how to grow up. We make it out of the hood, we make it out of bad situations, scenarios, but yet run right back to the streets. And then when the people come and get us, it's like, oh man, they singling me out. No, dog, you being dumb. You being dumb. Plain as day, you got the gun right there in your back. Plain as day. Technology. Understand this, young people. Understand this, everybody, before I go. Anything you do is always somebody watching you. It don't matter if you looking around and you don't see a camera. Are we good? There's always an eye in the sky, and it don't matter. And that's how I live my life. It don't matter. I'm not doing anything illegal anyway, but there's always an eye in the sky. Always. Somebody's always watching. And if you can fully comprehend that, understand that, then perhaps some decide to continuously make these silly mistakes or bad decisions won't continue to do so. Pray for Lil Boosie, his family. I ain't feeling sorry for him. Lil Boosie's in a way better situation than any of us. Multi-millionaire, got 8, 9 kids, bunch of baby's mama support or whatever, big houses, or he got a big house, houses on, on his land or whatever. He gonna be just fine, man. But he just gonna have to sit down for a minute. But he want everybody to feel, what about my kids? What about them? They straight financially. What about the individuals in there that don't got no money? And they kids is what about them? You a multi-millionaire, man. Grow up. Stop doing dumb shit. And you won't have to worry about being in the courtrooms paying your lawyers several $100,000s of dollars. And one more thing I want to touch upon before I go. So, you got... Okay, so you take the P. Diddy situation, right? And so many people have capitalized off P. Diddy, made hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. And the majority of the individuals have talked bad about Diddy. Tisa Tales, or whatever her name is, all she does is lie. And she's going to get the shit sued out of her. Trust and believe. This broad, all she does is lie. She is a man hater. She likes men, but she's a man hater, in my opinion. All this is just under the fur axe. You know, I have a right to my opinion. I have a right to, I'm just responding to what I've seen and other people. She's a hater, in my opinion. Talk so bad about Diddy. Damn near everything that she said during the coverage of the trial ended up being not true. Allegedly. But at the same time, her views, her subscribers went up and up and up, and nothing could stop me. I'm all the way up. So you have these people that are spitting venom on P. Diddy. But at the same time, when the whole time I'm telling you all, hey man, the man's not gonna get convicted of this RICO. It's not a RICO. They overcharged him. Guess what? I lose subscribers. Kens is a P. Diddy fan, and I lose subscribers. Barely get any views. But you got these individuals getting hundreds of thousands of views. Everybody's capitalizing on the fall of P. Diddy. And so you have this weirdo Gene Deal that was a parole officer, a retired parole officer. Gene Deal, aka Gene Squeal, allegedly. And he's been going in on Diddy for so long, as far as like before the trial, and these platforms, man, they allow him to come on there and tell these stories, these bogus, blatantly lies. You could tell that they lies. So Gene Deal starts his channel. You look up, and last time I looked, he, I don't know, probably got a couple 100,000 subscribers, if not a little less, if not a little more. All talking about P. Diddy. All the years he was a bodyguard for Bad Boy Entertainment while being a parole officer in New York. He's seen all of these things. Diddy beat Cassie. Diddy beat Kim Porter. Diddy beat Mesa, what's her name? Misa, whatever her name is. Diddy beat all these people. Diddy did all these acts, but you never stopped it. Never, not once stopped it. And you're a parole officer. It wasn't until Diddy cut you off, wouldn't give you no money, whatever the situation occurred, you got mad, now you start speaking out against Diddy. Now you're not under a Bad Boy's payroll at this point. You're doing everything you can do to testify, to get on the stands against Diddy, but the government, they don't want you because they know you a piece of shit. 60-something-year-old man, dog, is just talking bad about Diddy so much. I'm not saying Diddy was a model citizen or anything like that. I'm just simply saying you work for him. You seen all these things take place and you never left. You never reported it. All the security guards, all the people that was working for Diddy on his payroll are coming out now doing these paid interviews. See, when you see people on Art of Dialogue, let me tell you what they do. Art of Dialogue, they pieces of shit too. Anytime something comes out, they'll have Gene Deal on. Gene Deal knows his worth. He knows the views. Man, I need 10 grand, man. I need 10 grand. Allegedly, roughly. Not factual, but somewhere right around in that range, in my opinion. And so you bring a Gene Deal on, and you give him the 10 grand, but you slice the videos up, and you do a 2-hour interview, and 6, 7, 8-minute videos, and you getting X amount of views, 80, 90, 100,000 views per video. So you got 20 of those, then you come out with the entire video. So you get your 10 back that you gave him, probably plus another 10, 15, 20. They don't care if it's true, they don't care if it's lies, they don't care anything. It's all about views, man. I hope Diddy, man, I hope he sues the shit out of Art of Dialogue just as well, man. And so this Gene Deal individual, started his own channel. Now he makes nice money. I would say, I don't know what he's making, but having a couple 100,000 subscribers, I don't know how much he uploads, but I would say, you know, dude's making, I don't know, 30,000 a month. And he done wrote a book, then he's doing interviews. So Gene Deal, he's making some money, but it's all about Diddy. None of his videos are outside of the subject of P. Diddy. It's gonna be interesting when Diddy does finally make it home. I can't wait to see it. You know, Diddy's gonna be on some form of post-release probation, but Turtle don't always lose the race. And I can't wait to see 5 years from now where Gene squeals at. But then you got this individual, Sean G. Nation of Podcasts, Podcast of Nation, I don't know, one of them. And he's another one. He's at close to 200 G's on his, as far as, you know, the amount of subscribers. Now, on the flip side, he's acting as though he knows P. Diddy. See, dude is an opportunist. I knew he was an opportunist. Nation of Podcasts. The reason I knew he was an opportunist because I seen the guy and I started watching him, and he had 150,000 subscribers. And his son, his name's Sean G. His son is Lil Sean. No disrespect. And they were going on a baseball tournament to Florida. And he listed all the expenses. He needed a couple, you know, whatever he needed to go to Florida. I'm a single father. I'm a convicted felon. You know, he was an accountant. Went to jail because he was, you know, swindling money or whatever he said that by his own admittance, allegedly. He was a millionaire. He said it. But he was stealing money. Goes to prison. He comes home. He took all his money. Took all his, you know, everything that he had. That's just what happens. But he got custody of his son. Jumps on YouTube. And you know, not initially, but at some point jumps on YouTube. Podcast of Nation. Nation of Podcast. One of the two. I can't remember what it's called. And he's making money. You got 150,000 subscribers and you telling your YouTubers that you can't afford to take your son to a baseball tournament in Florida. I knew he was an opportunist right there. Why? Dude, if you have 150,000 subscribers and at the rate that he uploads, and I told him this, but see, he knows that a lot of you all don't know. If you're not in the YouTube world, you don't know. Bro, you got 150,000 subscribers. You're seeing on a low end 15,000 a month. And that's I'm speaking low. It's probably double that, to be honest, man. Y'all rock with me, man. It's the realest shit it's probably double that. And that's a beautiful thing. But you jumping on here acting like you care about your child so much, which I'm sure that he does. Not gonna, you know, but you want the people to pay for your trip. And it didn't make no sense, man. So I proceeded to say, bro, you have probably at the time, I was like, bro, you 12, 13 times the amount of subscribers that I have. I know what I make. So ain't no way that you sitting out here indigent or that don't have the money. I knew he was an opportunist from that point on. P. Diddy trial started. He went to the courthouse every single day. I respect his grind. He went to the courthouse because He's from Jersey, so it's right, across the bridge or whatever, from Manhattan, whatever the courthouse P. Diddy was in. And people were just sending me super chats and thanks and cash apps and cool. He's out there working. He's 90 degrees outside. He got a suit on. But everything was Diddy, and we. So you know better than Gene Deal. Gene Squill in my eyes. Because what you're doing is you're trying to align yourself with Diddy so that when he does get out, you can get a job or you can get an assignment or you can get, man, I was the one rocking with you, man. The whole world, he just made a video yesterday. The whole world was against you and it was just me, your family, your lawyers, and then your friends, and everybody else was against you. First of all, you didn't start off like that. You just realized that at a certain point, like, man, let me jump on this bandwagon, man. Let me jump on this bandwagon and get some of this P. Diddy money. Diddy don't know you, bro. He don't know you. Podcast of Soul, that's what it's called. I said Podcast of Nation. Podcast of Soul. Y'all go check him out. He's a cool dude. I watch him every day. Like his videos. Comment. I like him. But he's an opportunist, man. He's an opportunist. So he's no different in my eyes from Gene Deal. Gene Squill. Diddy don't know you. You don't know Diddy. You trying to get in because Diddy beat this Rico. I was the one that was really, really riding for you. Like I said, you live close to the courthouse, so you was able to go down there. So it really, really... But understand, Diddy is a damn near $1 billion nigga, man. You think that he don't see right through that? You think that Diddy don't see that you're doing whatever you can do to get the first interview with Diddy when he gets out of jail? Do you think Diddy don't see that? He don't owe you nothing. You done made hundreds of thousands. You done made a lot of money. I don't know if it's hundreds of thousands. You done made a lot of money covering this Diddy trial. And so it's gotten to the point to where all your videos are about Diddy now. Because when you try to do content or videos about other things, you don't get no views. Not like the Diddy views. Every day, and he's repeating himself over and over and over again. Am I hating? No. I'm just keeping it real. Keeping it 100. All your videos are about P. Diddy, man. How he got railroaded. Then the next day you'll come and say something, different title, but it's the same videos over and over and over and over again, man. Podcast of Soul, I like the brother, man. But I'm just simply saying, man, a lot of people made a lot of money off his P. Diddy situation, P. Diddy case. And they took advantage of opportunity, which is nothing wrong with taking advantage of opportunities. But this guy, in my opinion, allegedly, is just an opportunist, man. Like, he's just makes more money than damn near all of us. But you want people to send in donations so your son can go on a baseball trip to Florida. Teach his own, man. Realkenztv, man. Hopefully you all like the live, enjoy the live. Feel free to, well, I know you all commented. I'm sorry that my screen froze up again. I don't know. Call it your boy, Realkenztv. Cash App, $KENZ1000. You got a little flow, that's cool with me. You got a little dough, that's cool with me. That's what I would say to Sharon G. You got a little cars, a little jewelries. But can't none of y'all fool with me. You know the wrist frostbit, -2 degrees. Then I maneuver the V. It's not my lyrics, it's Jay-Z. Realkenztv, man. Y'all have a beautiful night. I'm about to upload this video. It's a penitentiary video about 2 gorillas, 2 goons. You know what I mean? Big Tank. You got Big Tank going against Lil Ronnie, but Lil Ronnie wasn't little, but Ronnie was the third. His granddaddy was Ronnie. His father was Ronnie the second. And Lil Ronnie was Lil Ronnie the third, but Ronnie was the beast, 2 gorillas. And they get into it. over the one of the main things that I say stay away from in prison, penitentiary, jail, the poker table, man. It goes down, man. And it did not end nice whatsoever. I'm about to record the video and I'm gonna upload it. So it's gonna upload in the wee hours of the morning. Where I'm at right now, it's 11:03 p.m. Probably won't upload for a couple hours, so you can check it out if you happen to be up working them long shifts, graveyard shifts rather, or check me out in the morning, man. But it's definitely going down, man. Realkenztv, I appreciate y'all chiming in and rocking with me, and it's all good, baby. It's all good.